I'm scared. It is time. It is time to try and potty train my 2.5-year-old. I thought we could go on this journey together and share in the triumphs and the fails and everything in between. I know that when I was potty training my son 5 years ago, having other people's experiences shared on the YouTubes was quite helpful. So I'm gonna share this and hopefully it'll be helpful to you. If you've got a kiddo you are ready to potty train. I did use this method with my son, and I think I started too early, but eventually he was potty trained, and it was great. And this, I like clear action steps, like somebody telling me, try this. So that's why I'm using this as our guide, as our rough outline. Probably everyone has insane amounts of opinions when it comes to potty training kiddos and the best method to do it. Apparently, I could have just skipped diapers altogether and done the potty training since they were born. I wasn't going to do that. We're ready to potty train now, so here we go. Potty training is a huge milestone and I'm really excited about it, but full disclosure, I don't know what I'm doing. At all, not even a little bit. I did this once before. It's not like I'm a mom of 17 and I'm going to have all the expert tips and tricks for you. This is purely for entertainment value. So I hope you have a lot of fun hanging out with me for this chaos. Let me show you what the supplies are. The first piece of supplies is the underwear. I just washed them and they are currently drying. We have 17 minutes left. Countdown till we potty train. We also have a step stool and the training seat. Yes, it's blue. This is from when I potty trained my son all those years ago. I do really like having one of these like sticker hooks right next to the toilet. That is incredibly helpful. We also have Parents' Choice training pants, Paw Patrol edition, because currently she loves all the Paw Patrol. These will, in theory, only be used during naps and at night, not during the day. In theory. I, for whatever reason, thought that that was gonna be more satisfying, that there was gonna be more gummies in here. But my daughter's an absolute fiend for gummies, so these will be the perfect treat for potty training. And here is the super simple, cute, girly potty chart. We have a column for poo and a column for pee. Apparently, our daughter is not the only thing I'm going to be cleaning up today. Finley, how on earth did you get this muddy? How did you do that? Thankfully, I can take care of this fairly quickly. Maybe I can even be done before the laundry's done. Where did you get this muddy? I see a mud hole right here, but there is way more mud on you than that tiny little hole. That's impressive. Okay, I found the culprit. It looks like a sprinkler head has broken. And he decided to have a spa treatment in the mud. And he's very proud of himself. Somehow I have a feeling that's not gonna be enough. But let's try. You've gotten worse. Oh, you poor guy. Round 2. We survived. And in case you're wondering, this is why I don't typically wear my hair down. Good enough. Wow, it's already been such a fun morning, and we haven't even started the potty training yet. This is why I don't wear my hair down. The nature of my job, being a mom, and a dog owner. Just means that Curlfriend Collective color match scrunchies come to the rescue quite often. Pineapple it is for the day. My hair was looking pretty cute till I had to bathe the dog. We have success. Guys, she did it. I am so proud of her. Here's how it went down. We spent the majority of the morning just hanging out, cuddling, really just playing together. And it was so refreshing because I got to spend a solid chunk of time solely focused on my daughter. Like the only thing we were doing was playing in her room and eating snacks and drinking tons of water. In a world where our attention is a commodity and we're constantly having sources vie for our attention incessantly, when you feel constantly bombarded, to have this time, this moment to just sit and solely focus on my daughter, it filled my heart with joy. I was overwhelmed with gratitude that I get to spend this time with her. So after we ate lots of snacks and drank lots of water, she did in fact have her first accident. And I'm just using that term because I don't have anything else to call it other than, you know, she started to pee and it was running down her leg. I think I like saying accident better than that. Anyway, when the accident started to happen, she got really upset and it broke my little heart because she's never been fussed at. This is literally the first time this has ever happened in her little life. I think she just didn't love the sensation of liquid running down her leg and being wet, which is great. We don't want her to like being wet. I picked her up, we ran to the bathroom, and nothing happened. We sat there, and there were crickets, metaphorical bathroom crickets, which was just fine. So we got her cleaned up, she got a clean, dry pair of underwear, and then we went back to her room and I cleaned up the mess. It was really not that big of a mess. I'm very proud of her. I do think she stopped mid-pee when I picked her up and we ran to the bathroom, but she was still like kind of upset from the sensation of the pee running down her leg. She didn't pee then, but we took a quick little break. I cleaned up the mess, and once that was cleaned up and she was sitting on her floor and we were reading a book in her clean, dry underwear, she started to pee again. And she stopped and she looked at me all confused. And she was like, wait, no, I'm wet. And I went, okay, quick, let's go. And we ran to the bathroom and we sat on the potty, and it took her a second, but she relaxed and she peed in the toilet, like really well. I am so proud of her. We had lots of cheering and happiness. She got her gummy, she got her sticker, and she decided that instead of sticking the stickers on the potty chart, she wanted to stick them on her shirt. So she just may be covered in stickers for a few weeks while we're potty training. And I think that's actually adorable and really cute. Also, I'm super frustrated. I could not find the adorable stickers that I bought. I bought a bunch of like smiley faces and stars and hearts, and they've disappeared. So she's just using like these square, plain office tab stickers for this process. And she's happy. She doesn't know the difference. She just knows she got a sticker, and that makes her very happy. All right, little update since we last chatted. She is doing puzzles over here. We've basically been living in this room, and I may or may not be going a little stir crazy, but I could not be more proud of her. She has had 3 more successful trips to the restroom, making for a total of 4 successful TTs in the potty. There have been a couple of accidents in between, but she's getting to where she's kind of catching herself. I am so proud of her. And this last time, she actually told me before the accident and said, potty, and we ran, and we did it, and it was great. A couple of tricks are filling her full of water constantly and letting her drink from my water bottle and from her brother's water bottle, which is just so cool. I don't know why brother's water bottle is the absolute best, but it is. We've been eating a lot of salty snacks too, and so she's thirsty, and we keep filling her up with liquid so that we have more opportunities to practice this pottying. I did not expect day one to go this well. I'm bracing myself for a rough day two, but day one, I could not be more excited or proud of her. Before I start it, let's have our final check-in for today from day one of potty training. I am so tired. It is exhausting being this vigilant.
It's exhausting being this vigilant.
For the entire day, I have had eyeballs on my daughter. Well, I take that back. The times when she did have an accident, my eyeballs were not glued to her in that moment. Apparently, you can't have eyeballs glued on a toddler all day, or you can try. It's just, you get really mentally exhausted and then you don't look at them for a minute and then they have an accident. I, again, am so incredibly proud of my daughter. How today wrapped up was beyond incredible. She went to the bathroom, let me think, 2 or 3 more times since we last spoke. So she nearly hit a total of 8 successful trips to the bathroom. There was one more accident after our last chat. And again, it's because my eyeballs were not on her. I'm really excited for how she's doing, but really what I'm looking forward to most in this moment is going to bed and sleeping because I am so tired. I'm not sure there's enough coffee in the world this morning for how tired I am. Good morning. Well, that's a lie. It's afternoon. Wow. It was so hard to get ready and watch her at the same time because, oh, thank you, Angel, for that hug. I was trying to get ready and keep my eyeballs on her the entire time. She's had just 1 accident and 2 successful trips to the body, one of which included number 2.
Number 2?
It is awesome. She is doing absolutely great. If I don't keep my eyes on her, it doesn't set her up for success. So I'm going to do my best to keep my eyes on her so that she can get this figured out and dialed in. Okay, let's make it straight or dry. Hey there, guys. Oh my goodness. It's been a few days since I talked to y'all. Specifically, it has been 1 week since we started potty training. I did quit updating y'all after day 2 because things got really consistent and maybe a little boring, which is why I thought, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pivot the video just a little bit, and what I am thinking to do is to tell y'all, now that we are 1 week in, how things are going. Why? Because I think that may be slightly more helpful than me just basically bragging on my daughter because, oh my goodness, she got it. She got it really well. This method of potty training worked so well for her, and I'll tell you some of the things that I think made this process go as well as it did, and maybe some mistakes I made with my poor first child. First children, they get everything tested out on them. I feel bad about that. I was the first child, so I had everything tested out on me. But here are the things that I think really worked about the potty trained in 3 days method. First off, I think 3 days is just a rough estimate. Every kiddo is on their own timeline. It's just the process of how to potty train your child. And they named it Potty Trained in 3 Days because it's marketing. It's marketing. I don't know why it's so hot in here. This is carbonated water. I've been drinking carbonated water like crazy. There's something so refreshing about this. Anyway, here's what I think worked so well for my daughter about this particular method of potty training. The having of the treat, the gummy, She was so motivated by that. There was something so special about this whole process of learning to use the big girl potty when there was the element of a treat or a snack to it. She got to where she knew the phrase by heart. I get 1 gummy when I go TT in the potty, and I get 2 gummies when I go poop. I know that there are mixed feelings amongst moms about whether or not to bribe your children with food, but I think in this very short week, she loved it. It made it extra special for her. And to be honest, she's actually forgotten all about the gummies now. She doesn't care anymore. She just goes to the toilet. So it's not like she formed a habit with this eating of the gummies when she went potty, but it did make that really extra special for her. Another thing that I think worked really, really well, which was a tip from the book that I got, was that you really want to constantly be filling them up with water and liquid so that you have the most number of opportunities to practice. Like, you want them peeing a lot so that they get lots of repetitions using the toilet. I think the 3 days does have a lot of benefit in that it really prepares the parent mentally to lock it in and focus while you're doing this process. You clear your calendar for 3 days. So if you are really focused on getting as many reps as possible in those 3 days, I feel like my daughter really figured it out quickly because of that type of setup. In order to get her really interested in drinking lots of liquids, we definitely kept switching it up. She still drinks milk, and then we would have lots of water and salty snacks in the form of veggie straws. That girl loves her some veggie straws, and they are very salty. So she would eat a veggie straw, she would want to drink. She'd eat a veggie straw, she'd want to drink. That worked really, really well. Also, veggie straws are one of the lesser messy snacks, so I didn't mind playing with her on her floor in her room, eating veggie straws and drinking lots of water. Another thing that worked really well is that we spent the majority of the first 2 days in her room, which is right next to the bathroom. Really set her up for success because we were going to the bathroom a lot, and it being close by was definitely the way to go. Another thing that I personally really like about this particular method is that you don't have a separate potty for your child. They get to use the super fun big adult potty. They feel so grown up. They feel really accomplished. I just loved watching her get so excited and so proud of herself every time she had a successful trip to the bathroom. And her getting to use the potty that she sees me using was fun for her. She enjoyed that. The idea, the concept is that you're teaching your child to do their business in the bathroom, and having a separate portable child's potty that can be placed multiple places around the house, in theory, teaches them that they could go to the bathroom in the living room because the potty's there. But we don't necessarily want to be teaching that. Like, they need to go to the bathroom in the bathroom, right? That's the idea, that's the concept, and it really seemed to work well for my daughter. Another thing that I think played a big, huge role in her getting this so quickly was that she was ready. She had been showing a lot of interest in the toilet. She had been following me into the bathroom way more often, super intrigued about the toilet paper and the flushing, and had been really curious about this process for a little while. We did wait a little bit longer to start the potty training process. Honestly, I was waiting for summer. I was waiting for a nice chunk of time where we had nothing going on and I could really focus on this with her. So I did wait like a couple of months after she started showing interest to rip the Band-Aid off and start this process. Another sign that she was really ready is that she was not just going to the bathroom constantly. I would put a diaper on her and she would not immediately make the diaper wet. She would stay dry for multiple hours, which indicates that they have adequate bladder control in order to hold it, because you kind of need that. We are definitely using the pull-ups at nap time and at night. I don't expect her to stay dry all night long. She does stay dry through naps, but having that pull-up on gives me peace of mind that I'm not going to be doing extra bedsheet laundry unnecessarily. There was something that absolutely happened to her that I did not see happening to my son, and that is that my poor little daughter would not go number 2 the entire first day. She held it, and apparently that is very, very normal. So making sure that they eat foods that keep them moving keeps them from getting constipated and making their little tummies hurt, because they are not going number 2 because they don't have their diaper on, so they don't go number 2. But as I mentioned earlier, on day 2, she did wind up going number 2, and everything was great. She's doing an absolutely fantastic job with that. That is something that can be kind of scary for little kids when they first do that. It's a strange new world that they are living in. No longer pooping in their diapers, but pooping in the toilet, feeling it fall away from them and go plop, can apparently be kind of scary. But what really helped my daughter not be too scared is the first time she went, we did extra cheering. She got those 2 gummies, which was like, wow, I got 2 gummies and 2 stickers, which made her extra excited, like she did this extra big, super cool thing. And she has been just fine about that ever since. This video definitely didn't go according to plan. I was expecting it to be a lot rougher of a process. I sure hope you found this video helpful. If you are in the season of life wherein you are working to potty train your little one, it's not as bad as you would think. There are tons of resources out there, and it's a really special time. I, again, love this method of the 3 days because you really block out some time. You are really focused. That is the only thing you are doing that day. And you get to spend all this time with undivided attention on your kiddo. If you have multiple kiddos, perhaps you work outside the home, it can be really rare these days that we get that time to just fully be there with our kiddos. And I think I'm gonna forever remember this time of spending it with my daughter and seeing her adorable little personality and playing with her. Honestly, I now feel quite guilty that I haven't done that more often with her, because it was an absolute ton of fun, and I look forward to spending more one-on-one time with her in the future. This process has showed me that that is something that absolutely needs to be carved into my schedule. We all know that if you don't intentionally tell your time what you're doing with it, it will tell you. As always, I sure hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this corner of the internet, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!